Ooh, wee. The devil really testing me, man. The devil really testing me. I swear, this is like the fucking. Ah! Like the fucking, what, almost 10th time I've had to say this shit. But it's okay. Because, you know, what needs to be said needs to be said. Oh, fucking me. I'm just tired of saying the same thing over and over and over again. But, yeah. Quit and let the devil win. Or continue my self-growth, self-love process and fight for me and give me all the effort and energy that I can, like I do for everybody else. Yeah, in case you didn't feel the sarcasm in there, obviously I left myself no choice there. Because the choice was already chosen. Whatever. Alright. Just because I'm tired of it, I'll go into details maybe later. We're going to do rough draft summaries. Because I'm tired. And it's getting later. I still gotta organize my truck slash living situation. Slash, you know, the only main things about that happen here are all the ways of expressing and exposing my own truths. Which brings me right back to this videos, right? Basically, this is what I get for procrastinating all the time I had. When I had all my devices and all the fucking storage and shit. All the free luxury that I provided for myself to not be in this situation. And all I had to do was love myself enough to give myself the time to acknowledge and express my truths as well as my emotions. And self-love to distinguish myself with. But no, I wanted to continue my self-sabotage, procrastinate, live in fear and anxiety of all the shit that was going around me, even though God did more than enough to prove that, you know, even with worse shit going all around me, I still not only survived, conquered, and managed to, you know, prosper and gain my own place out of thin air. Somehow I'm still worrying about the shit that I know won't reach me. Like a Van Wilder moment, you know, worrying like a rocking chair. You can sit on it all day long, but you ain't gonna go nowhere. There I was. Knowing none of that shit even worried me. But low key, I was still fucking mad. I wanted someone to push me off my ledge so I can prove myself wrong that I don't have them. You know what I mean? That, you know, eventually I can be just like everybody else. And be a monster as well. But then at the same time, really show these people what a monster truly is. What fear really is. And then at the same time, give these people that do fucking carnal justice abruptly with my style added onto it, which is basically the style of oh, what happened? I thought you said this is gonna do that. Da, 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 da. Sounds like, you know what I mean. You made a fucking stupid ass decision, huh? You know, type of thing. Uh, I get very sarcastically upfront about the truths to the point where I know my words hurt. You know, which basically causes pain and whatnot. Basically, you know, doing what everybody else does with a even better cover of justice, because you know what I mean. That's what you get, but you know, basically it's like a loophole myself, so that I don't look bad within myself. But like, they got what they deserve. You know what I mean? It didn't just need to do time, but I really just did it because I wanted to be the one to fucking hurt them, even though I didn't want to hurt. My whole thing is to not hurt the way people hurt me, because I know what it feels like to be hurt. You know, which ties and correlates to the whole self-sabotage shit. 618. Don't you just love how spirit works? Shit. Actually, I do love how spirit works and the way the human brain and mentality is so fucking complexly simple. It's beautiful. So, sub points, right? Where you get all into it right there. Look at the beautiful background. Look at that. Actually, I do like that background. But anyways. How I became homeless. Seizure, stroke, like attacks. Together. No difference. Same. So I was literally having a seizure and a stroke at the same damn time. Unlike the seizure, I did not pass out. So I remember and felt every fucking thing. Okay, so that not only is a torment on your mind, your body physically and whatnot, but it is also in the mind, um, as well. Because like on the cool, I mean, you feel everything being erased, you feel everything being erased, but then you don't forgot what was erased because it's obviously gone. But you know something is gone, you just don't know what. So you feel an absence of an absence, but as well as you shouldn't feel anything because you know it's an absence of, you know, you don't even remember what used to be there, therefore how can it be an absence? Yeah. So that's a spiritual brain fuck as well. Anyways, all that got worse after the day before I decided to finally leave my ex. Okay, no, okay, maybe not like leave her. We weren't together, but like leave the abuse. Now mind you, I didn't even walk away with my head held high. No. I fucking took your shit out and I got my fucking grandma and my mom all hyped up on point because, you know, the one thing they love to do is control a situation as well as, you know, piss somebody else off. And they get to do two in one, and make me do something. So basically, you know, I mean, ensure that I leave because, you know, they always find a way to keep me in. So I made sure that I had to, you know, I had to leave even though I didn't want to, but I had to. Um, there's a lot more going on, you know what I mean? That, you know, it's different when you think everything's trying to work shit out, but you know, and then you realize like, oh, she's trying to make me fucking be that person, type of shit. Like she's trying to, you know, and my confidence, I might let that, you know what I mean? Hell no, I don't lose, bro. But also, you know, really, she didn't deserve that. As well as I didn't. Anyways, went to borrow my brother. my brother got mad at me for got embarrassed at me for expressing my emotions, and I cut up my stomach and shit, and I was embarrassing him. Cops were called. I took a fall from, what I mean? I over exaggerated so my brother didn't fall for what they're, were trying to get him, they thought he cut me up and whatnot, and the way he was acting cool, it's believable. Especially since he threw me in the back of his truck, in closed truck, not like mine. Um, Barely made it to the hospital to the point where I was detained, so I couldn't even leave if I wanted to. I had to be signed down, which means I'd be under someone else's care, a grown-ass adult under somebody else's care, knowing damn well that the only care that I could ever rely on was my own. Um, Waking up, not knowing how the fuck this all led up to, as well as saying I never get there, as well as the first time in my life, well, second technically, but first time in my life. No, actually, it was the first time because the first time I knew what needed to be done. I just with fear, and I didn't stand up for what was right, which was um, you know, ending the narcissist teaming up to blackmail um, someone I care for, I love, as well as allow them a way of beginning the process of my death. Anyways, it's the first time in my life I literally had no options. And the way my mind thinks, for me to not have an option is like fucking whoa. Okay, let's just go with that. It's like what? And um, uh, so I finally, the first time in my life, asked God for help. And I remember saying like, Lord, I know I'm not worthy. I know you don't love me. I think I know. Uh, I'm just a speck of existence that wasn't worth the second in time to even just smudge away, because I thought of myself as like a fucking combustion of the universe and shit, doing a fart, sneeze, burp type of shit, and out came me. And I was like, yeah, I'm supposed to be there, but it's like, yeah, it's not even worth the time to fucking erase this, whatever. That's how I saw my existence. Um, I was raised to believe that God doesn't love me, you know, uh, and that's just through a lot of psychological bullshit as well. Um, what is it? I asked God, Lord, I don't know how I got here. I don't know what to do, and that scares me. I know I deserve it. I know I'm not worth the time, but can you please help me? I was like, tell me what to do, and if you can, if you please, tell me in a way that I can't talk myself out of it, or you know what I mean? So I can talk myself in or out of anything. Have you heard me talk, bro? Convincing like shit. You know what I mean? Can I get one of those fucking like surrounded by stop signs that can't even move like a fucking a fart of an air second over? And I'm like, okay, I get it. Stop. Don't go anywhere. Type of sign. Like quite literally, that's exactly how I asked for it, how I said it, and everything. And that's quite literally how I got it too. But that was the only way I could understand. I was like, I will follow whatever you say, no questions asked. Just please take me out of here. I'm lost. And so we did. And thus started my journey of healing. I left. I ended up getting a job at a place called Mi Tierra, which I didn't even know even existed. Apparently, it was a place famous. I wish I knew it existed a few months prior. Things could have changed. But people apparently were hiding that restaurant from me. Fuckers. It's all good. It's all good. Everything happens for a reason. I mean, 'cause apparently I had been looking for that restaurant for a minute, but I didn't know what it was. And when I applied for it, it had a total different name. You know what I mean? So I didn't know. It wasn't until I got there and I was like, "Oh, this uniform looks familiar." No fucking way. That's funny. I mean, at the time I was like, "That's fucking the odds, bro." But I ended up getting a job there. I decided to work as a busser because I'm the cool. I mean, I'm barely recovering from these seizure things and trying to take it easy and whatnot. Um, so I'm just trying to, gain some and gain some ground and some bearings. You know what I mean? I'm in my mom's apartment, uh, and of course, my time to come up, started to being taken away. Apparently, even though I was recovering and whatnot, and still struggling with the seizures because I would, over push my hours and try to be longer, try to pull the hours that I used to push, and of course, inducing my stress and whatnot, because I keep forgetting that, I have full out nerve damage to the point where I couldn't feel my entire fucking back, so of course I couldn't feel the fucking pain that my body was in. So by the time I realized I was overstressed and might have been pushing my body to the limits, I was already all um but of course, you know what I mean, I was expected to do more because, I had to, of course, pay those that were supposed to be more than willing to help me. Um, as well as accommodate for more, as well as be saving up to get out ASAP because, but yeah. Um, Basically something I'm used to. Um, it's like, yeah, pay all the bills, then pay me, as well as, so when are you gonna move out? You haven't saved enough yet, really? Like, bitch, I just gave you my whole fucking check. I was like, and I didn't be all in here mad, but because I had to fucking put gas in my truck all the way so I can make it to work to go back. Yeah, but that wasn't a good enough reason. Yeah. It gets better. So then there's that. Um, I found out that smoking weed helped out a lot tremendously when it came to the seizures and shit. Um, which helped started pointing to the fact of stress is a key thing, as well as when I get out of that hospital thing, I was forced to go see a psychiatrist at the university and whatnot. Which come to find out that this psychiatrist, it wasn't even legit, Mr. Dr. Don Stephen King Han. Even though uh, from one pill to the next to right after it went from Stephen King Han to Carlos something Han to Stephen King Han again. Fake name to real name to fake name again. Oh, it's like, the fuck? I was prescribed antipsychotic pills without being diagnosed. Um, Quite literally, I was never over there for more than 5 minutes at a time. Every time I went, which is every 2 months or so, they would increase the dosage 3 times, then change the pill. Increase 3 times, change the pill. I went to 4 different antipsychotics: risperidone, prior to pain, some other one, and ended up with Seroquel. If you don't know anything, those are some strong ass pills. Antipsychotics aren't something you would be, you know what I mean, toyed around with. When it came down to like the end of it, um, even the guy decided to up and leave, saying that he was leaving for a paternity leave. But somehow when I come back, I end up getting his wife, who did not have a child, like they said. She said that he went and upgraded, moved on to, you know what I mean, no longer training but earnings. I don't know. Moved up in school, basically, no longer there. Um, you know, instead of, so that's why he's gone, even though he told me something completely different. Um, and then I asked her, I was like, okay, well, maybe you could tell me why I'm even taking these pills. She's like, you don't even know? And I was like, no, they haven't told me, like, you need to tell me what I'm even diagnosed with. Like, they haven't told me shit. They don't tell me anything. Just, you know, here, it takes a while for the pills to take effect. Here, just keep on taking them. Here's an increase. Here's a change. And here I am. And she's like, well, let me go get your file. Like, bitch, how you gonna be fucking, you know, new thing and you didn't even come in with the file already? Just to find out I wasn't even diagnosed. That at first they wanted to start off, you know, well, first they thought you had severe anxiety and depression. Okay, so why the fuck didn't you start me off with antidepressants, not antipsychotics? It's a huge difference. But no, totally nothing fishy going on here. So for safety's sake, I'm just gonna stop it, post it, and you know.